It's been 2 months since we retired from the US and moved here to the Philippines. And somewhere in the middle of all that change, I found myself doing something I always thought I'd only do when I was 60, going from selling luxury handbags to digging soil, planting, and working under the sun. If you knew me from before, you know my life used to look very different. I came from the luxury handbag industry, fast paced, competitive, and constantly moving. Every day was about targets, sales goals, hitting quotas, reaching numbers that never seemed to be enough because once you hit one goal, another one immediately replaced it. There was always pressure to move faster, sell more, ship quicker. Shipping alone was stressful. You're constantly coordinating shipments, double checking addresses, tracking packages, watching delivery updates like your life depends on it. And then holidays come. Shipment gets delayed, packages get stuck somewhere in transit, customers start messaging asking where's their item. And even when it's completely out of your control, you still carry that stress. And sometimes the worst part returns. There were moments when a returned item came back damaged, or worse, you receive a completely different item. And yes, there were times when working under pressure and moving too fast, I shipped the wrong item. That kind of mistake stays with you because now you have to fix it. You have to reach out to the customer, you have to apologize, you have to make it right financially, emotionally, professionally. Customer service doesn't stop. You're answering inquiries late at night, early mornings, explaining delays, calming frustrations, trying to be professional, kind, and composed, even when you're exhausted. It's a world where speed is everything and mistakes feel expensive. I won't deny it. That life taught me discipline, resilience, problem solving, and I'm very grateful for the experience. But it also kept me in a constant survival mode, always rushing, always alert, always bracing for the next issue. And then this land came into our lives. At first, it wasn't about farming, it was about space, about stepping away from that constant pressure, about creating something real and grounded for our family and eventually for others. When we started working on the land, it felt unfamiliar, quiet, slow, almost uncomfortable at first because I was so used to noise, notifications, and urgency. But somewhere along the way, working on the farm became more than just a project. It became therapy. Here, my days look different. Instead of answering messages, I listen. The birds, the wind, the way the clouds move across the mountains. Sometimes it feels like the birds are singing to me. The wind slows me down. The sun reminds me to pause. I didn't plan on loving this part. The dirt on my hands, the sun on my skin, the quiet moments surrounded by trees and plants. Planting taught me patience. Some plants struggled, some didn't make it, and others surprised me, showing new growth when I least expected it. And I realized this is exactly what I needed. This space doesn't rush you, it doesn't demand perfection, it doesn't punish mistakes the same way. It teaches you to observe, to wait, to accept that not everything grows in your timeline. The transition from a digital, fast paced business to farming was drastic, but for the first time in a long while, I didn't feel like I was running on a hamster wheel. I felt present, present with my thoughts, present with my surroundings, and present with myself. This farm is slowly turning into a campground. Not rush, not force, just growing in its own time. Just like everything else in this season of our life. From luxury handbags to farming, from chasing sales to listening to the wind, from constant hustle to intentional living. This shift wasn't part of the original plan, but sometimes the life you never planned for is the one that brings you back to yourself. And right now, this feels like exactly where I am meant to be.
Ha? Ilan skip na ko? Ah! Pagkasumugan. Wad kay support na ko, Kul. Ikaw, Kul ba?
When I look back at my life before, I don't regret it. The fast pace, the pressure, the constant movement, it taught me a lot. It made me strong, it made me capable, but it also kept me in survival mode for a very long time. Out here in the mountains, life speaks differently. There are no sales targets waiting for me in the morning, no shipping deadlines, no notifications demanding immediate attention. Instead, there is the sound of the birds, the wind moving through the trees, the warmth of the sun reminding me to slow down. This place has made me aware of the things I forgot to enjoy when life was rushed and forced. Silence, stillness, and presence. Farming didn't just change what I do, it changed how I listen, how I breathe, how I measure success. Not by numbers, but by growth, by patience, by peace. This farm and the campground we're slowly building isn't just a project, it's a reflection of where we are now as a family, choosing intention over urgency and meaning over speed. I don't know exactly where this journey will take us, but I do know this. For the first time in a long while, I'm not chasing, I'm growing, and that feels like enough.